Hello everyone. Today we learned the ICT course topic Multimedia Technologies. Here is copyright notice. There is the presentation and reference for this topic. For Multimedia Technologies, which include also as a subtopic multimedia file formats, our learning objectives. Describe the multimedia, list the different types of media, explain in detail the different types, and describe the multimedia system. For multimedia technologies, for definition, we have the multimedia is the field of the concerned with the computer-controlled integration of text, graphics, drawings, still, and moving images. So, like video, animation, audio, and any other media. So, where every type of information can be represented, stored, transmitted, and processed digitally. Multimedia includes a combination of the text, audio, still images. There is animation, interactivity, content forms. Interactivity which equal multimedia application. This one which we use as a collection of both media sources like text, graphics, image, animation, or videos. We see there is examples of multimedia technologies like text, audio, images, animation, and videos. Well, for first example, what is text? So for text, when we have personal computers were in their infancy as DOS, they only displayed text in one size and one color. So, which means there is character of code for lowercase is a 19.7, and while there is uppercase is 65. Text on those early PCs was displayed using the ACII charter and set, which was series of the two numbers that could be sent to the monitor. Later, with the use of color monitors, we also having the model of this text. So when programs send the character 65 to the screen and helper systems, program called ANC. So would send a signal to the proper location, turning on and off 64 dots appropriately to make an image on the letter A. Turning on or off the monitor, we need to pixels and graphics mode, which can create and some alphanumeric character. So the same process was used to create a picture in the earlier computers. Well, for later, the use of color monitors, which had multiple size modes, which made it more possible to display the larger text, the Windows and other graphical operating systems used a font and to paint the text on the screen in a graphical mode. Instead, we have two shades of gray are added and two shades of the blue to the original black and white. There are dozens of computer color mixing systems and an endless number of customs palettes, and all computer colors are created by mixing red, green, and blue. Example of multimedia technologies like audio, it's refers to the reproduction and transmission of sound stored in a digital format. This includes CDs and as well as any sound file stored on a computer. So, in contrast, the telephone system, but not ISDN, is based an analog representation of sound. Well, for digital sound, it's also in sound that has been recorded and stored as a series of numerical values and rather than fluctuation and amplitude. Well, every sound card comes with an analog to digital converters ADC. So we have digital to analog converter, DAC, for playing audio. So the operating system talks to the sound card and actually handle and the recording and playback. So, and Audacity is like the free software talks to the operating and system so that you can capture and sounds to a file. Here is like examples and our analog sample hold an ADC. Well, for analog and digital converter. Here is like there is a reversed part, like from digital to analog sound. Multimedia Technologies is like animation, so and or also it's called like graphics. Well, animation is a sequential series of still image that create an illusion of motion. Video takes the continuous motion and breaks it up into discrete frames. So animation starts with independent picture and parts. The put sliders them together to form and the illusion of continuous motion. Well, 2D animation figures are created or edited in computer using. Well, for 2D bitmap graphics or created and editing for 2D vector graphics. 3D animations are digitally modeled and manipulated by an animator. Here's next example, like computer animation is the process used for generating, and the more general term computer, it's like generated imagery encompasses both static sets. So it's like dynamic image, while computer animation only refers to the moving and some produced by exploiting the persistence of vision to make series of image look animated. Given there is images last for this 25th second retina fast image. So here is like more replacement and creates illusion. Well, it's for movement, and as we see from this example, it also works for multimedia technologies. There is examples of animation and film, like movies, a lot of them. We have like there is more later versions, as like list of animation software, Autodesk Maya, Cinema 4D, Poser, Adobe Flash, and Edit Video. Second part of our lecture, as example of multimedia technologies, is a video. So, for unlike an animation that we can create from drawings or images, a video is created by photographic process and converted or ported to a computer in sets of frames, where each frame has data stored in every pixel as a definition of this video. So we measure the rate at which frames are displayed in frames per second. So digital video can be copied with no degradation in quality. Video as a like football match or multimedia categories. The multimedia may be just divided into two categories like linear and non-linear. So which like one of them like linear, no user control. So non-linear is interactive and user control. Like linear multimedia is a type of multimedia that is designed to be presented in a sequential manner. It has distinct beginning and the user does not control the process. Examples: newscasts, TV, and cinema. Next one, there is nonlinear, allows the user to control and interact with the media. So here is like requires user participation or interaction. Diffusion, interactive learning content, computer games, and website interaction by user. There is like Normal text, like linear, and non-linear is like the hypertext. The hypertext is a text which contains links to other text. So the term was invented by Ted Nilsson around 1965. Is not constrained to be text-based. It can include other medium like graphics, images, and especially the continuous media, sound and video. So Ted Nilsson was also the first to use this term. So the World Wide Web is the best example of hypermedia applications. Media systems. Well, it's like a system capable of the processing and multimedia data and applications, so characterized by the processing, storage, generation, manipulation, and rendition of the multimedia information. For components of multimedia systems, here is like the components, like hardware and software required for multimedia system. The capture devices, video camera, video recorder, microphone, keyboard, the mouse, and the graphics tablets. So here there is the acetate. The components of the multimedia systems, like 3D input devices. The components of multimedia systems, so which include like 3D input devices, well, storage devices, for instance, hard disk, SSDs, network attached storage, communication networks, high bandwidth networks. Well, for components of multimedia systems, we also like computer systems, multimedia desktop machines, and hardware like IMPEC, there is video and DSP. For output devices like surround sound, HDTV, high resolution monitors, and etc. For modern multimedia systems like tablets, computer devices has multiple inputs and also outputs, has storage, connects to Wi-Fi. Well, for smart TV, the all-in-one multimedia system, and for applications of multimedia like World Wide Web, video conferencing, video on demand, interactive TV, games, virtual reality, and digital video and webcasting. To summarize, we have multimedia is integrating various forms of digital media. Includes like combination of text, audio, still image, animation, video, and interactive content forms. Text is miniature pictures called fonts, and audio is digitally stored sound. Animation is a sequence of existing images or frames. So, and assembly to show motion. So video takes continuous motion and splits it into individual frames. So here is like the multimedia system is a system capable of processing the multimedia and data and application.